Ran out of storage on my phone again. Sorry. Just talk for an hour straight there, huh? Shit ain't nothing to me. It came out weird. That really cut out at a bad time for me. What the fuck was I talking about? Yeah, so, you know, I just get this cryptic fucking text message. And like no one that I was friends with messaged me back. People got really distant, and I got dirty looks when I went in public, and it was like, okay, someone needs to tell me what it is that I did. And no one would tell me. They would just cut me off. It took me years to find this out. And for what? And I'm pretty sure now that it was just that they thought that I burned my house down and killed my dogs. All that suffering. For what? I didn't do that. Why didn't they? You should have asked me. That was like a triumphant moment in June's life. Like, she saved our cat. She saved the other cats. Just not as directly, but she still opened those doors. And she couldn't save the dogs, but that's okay. See, this guy is going so slow. What are you looking for, man? It's just me out here. I got the CIA around here. What is your purpose, stranger? Anyways, oh shit. Yeah, that was like a triumphant. She saved the lives of animals all by herself. And she made a conscious decision not to die. And she handled it pretty okay. She got a job afterwards. I mean, she was like drinking sometimes and then would just like pass out outside. But then I was also doing that. We were not okay, but we were, you know, we're doing okay. There's someone who's really not doing okay. But, you know, fucking hero. But here's where I have to be like, okay, I understand where you're kind of coming from here. Like, she handled it really well. We were already about halfway packed because, like I said, we had an offer to move in with a friend. So not all my stuff was gone. A lot of it was. Just what I packed inside this small car. Luckily, it was like my computer and some clothes, and that's pretty much it. But I had some stuff, so I guess that could make it look a little like I saved my stuff and burned everyone else's down. Alright, that's not what happened, asshole. But I guess I see where you're going. And then, you know, we knew like something was wrong with us. So I don't know. She would just like sit on the porch of this coffee shop and get high and talk to strangers just because she needed it. But then it comes around to October and she starts dissociating out again, and I show back up and she starts to kind of fade away, and then I'm left in this situation where, you know, we've been on estrogen for months now. My house burned down. It was fucked. And I was just not expressing myself at all because I didn't know who I was. So it's just kind of a creepy look. Like, I can't really be that mad at anyone. But at this point, it's like I can't even be mad at myself. This shit that's going on in my life, in my brain, in my body is ridiculous. That's what I kept saying last night. I was like, this is ridiculous, and I just kept laughing. And so, you know, I have this breakdown. I'm awake for like 3 days on like Adderall, and I get high, and I send a creepy message to my friend. I was down bad, and it was totally inappropriate. But I didn't know how to express interest in them, like, romantically. And I just completely fumbled, and it was like, you know, not good. And I felt so bad after it, and I just had like a nervous breakdown. But that was not their fault. Not their fault. You know, my job also sucked, and I just trying to come out also sucked. And there's this, around this time, I can actually, no, I can't actually, because it's on my phone. But I have journals from that time that are just talking about how bad I'm dissociating, and how I have like a serious problem with dissociating, and etc. etc. You know, I was not doing good. And then this one night, I'd gotten up to go pee. I hadn't eaten in like 3 days. I got to go pee, and I peed standing up still at this point. Just for the convenience. I can do what I want. And, you know, you want to pee to be done so you can go back to bed, so you like kind of push it extra hard. Well, I was pushing it, and then while pushing it, trying to get that piss out, I guess my blood sugar had like a meltdown or something, and I passed out. And on the way down, I hit my head on the tub, and I had a bad concussion. And when I went to work the next day, well, after I hit my head on the tub, I just passed out there for like, I don't know, 40 minutes maybe. It could have been longer. And I woke up, and then I just got up and went back to my bed. But after that had happened, I went to work the next day, and it was like, oh shit, I have a concussion, because I was working as a food runner, not like a server. You know, we got paid server wages, but no one knew that we were being paid server wages and thus needed to be tipped. But all I had to do was like read a ticket, go to this table number, give them their food, check up on them, blah 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 blah. And I would read the number, and then I'd start walking, and then I'd forget the number, and I'd look at it again, and I'd start walking, and I'd forget the number. And you know, restaurants, they have like music playing, there's people everywhere. I was just like, I'm concussed. And I went and I told my manager, I was like, I passed out yesterday and hit my head on the tub, and I need to go home. I'm saying too much. And she laughed at me. She laughed at me. She was like, she laughed. And was like, no. And so I went back and I finished my shift because I couldn't, like, I was concussed. When I told people, they were like, well, you should have just left. And it's like, I guess I could have just left. I had no idea. I was like, I needed the job. I needed the money. But, I just had this breakdown, and I took some mushrooms this one night, and I was like, I need help, and I just kind of cried, and then I moved back in with my parents because I thought everyone was mad at me, and I just needed to know what was going on with my life. And that was in 2019. And then 2020. This is late 2019. And then 2020 happens. And it's fucking COVID. And, you know, I'm not around any people. When this is like critical, I need to be around people time. And I just couldn't. And I don't know. I was not doing great. But not all that bad, considering. But I was still just kind of early in transitioning, and I was really insecure. And 2021 comes, and I get a new psychiatrist, and she puts me on this medication called venlafaxine. And venlafaxine just, it's not good for me. I thought it was good, because I started exercising when I started taking it. I was like, I'm getting better. It's probably the venlafaxine. But it just like induced these episodes of mania. And all of a sudden, June like drove to Philly and lived there for a few months with just a stranger. Until we ran out of money and then had to move back home. So she drove to Philly, spent like a month there, drove back home, spent like a couple weeks there, and then drove back to Philly and spent a couple months there, and then drove back home, and we crashed out there, like total crash out. Because you know I'm on this venlafaxine. It's giving me these episodes of mania, and it's just kind of burning my brain out. And I get back to Memphis, and I get that weird message, and people are being weird, and January comes in. I'm like, well, obviously there's something horribly wrong here. I'm covered in scars, because we'd like write notes to each other with scars. We'd write our names. We didn't write a ton of notes, but it was a message. And, you know, just non-functional. So I go to a residential eating disorder treatment center, because I'd been to a psych ward before and they suck. So I went to this residential treatment center, you know, while I have insurance. And it was pretty nice. It was definitely just me that was there. And that's when I changed my name to Ellie from June, and started. I'm like, you really have to park right across from me? Whatever. Just going in front of people anyways. Gonna be super famous. And I just kind of, you know, was finding myself and shit. And I spent a couple months there, but I didn't get any better. In fact, they kind of just like kept putting me on different medications. Like at a certain point, I was on Adderall, Vraylar, venlafaxine, Wellbutrin. What is that one? Abilify. And I think that was it. But that's a lot. And it wasn't like the low dosages either. I mean, they did take me off of the Adderall, which is, you know, they should have just done from the start. But really the problem that was like causing these episodes was the venlafaxine, and I just needed to be not on these medications. Because obviously you can't really treat a dissociation disorder with a medication, as far as I know. I'm not a doctor. I mean, but yeah, for the next like couple years, I was just like struggling, and I was taking my meds, but I wasn't getting any better. You know, I'd still take mushrooms because they always made me feel better, which I understand why now. You know, another reason, I mean, this isn't even that. This is just before my house burned down. I was with my friends, and we were on 2CB and mushrooms, and I'm standing outside of my little duplex. I'm looking at the house across the street, and it's just melting, and I go back inside what was apparently like 40 minutes later, because I was just standing out there watching it melt for like 40 minutes. I go back in, and I only went out to get my cigarettes, but I go back in and see my friends, and like, where were you? And I was like, I was outside. I was watching the house across the street melt. And then within 6 months, I'm in a house fire. Who knows? Could be anything. But people are like, yeah, it could be anything. It could be burn down your fucking house. It's so fucked up how valid they are. That's so unfair. But I didn't. Neither did June. No one burned down my house. My house was burned down by the electrician that did the wiring. I guess I also was an electrical engineering student, and I do have the resistor symbol for an electrical circuit on my leg, and it was an electrical fire. You see how things were like not looking good for me, right? What could I do? even if I knew that that's what people were talking about, what could I have done? I couldn't have said anything. Because I didn't do anything, and I think I did the right thing by not saying anything. Because I didn't do anything. And it's like I didn't say anything because I didn't even know that I had to say anything. Like, I'm a victim. Some bullshit. What is going on? It's like a hobby to these people. They just like drive around in their trucks. I gotta get the fuck out of the South. I was mad. I was so fucking mad. Like, I was mad. I have pictures that I used to take of when I would cut myself. And some of them are just like really deep scars, you know. And I took pictures of them because I was like, check this out. This is cool. When I would cut myself, I'd be like, I'm doing blood magic right now. It wasn't like I hate myself. It's like I'm doing blood magic. Is that so wrong? I'm gonna have to like take this video and edit it so that the stories are continuous. I don't know though. I actually kind of like my flow here. Yeah, I'm not gonna fuck around with that. That's stupid. I'm fucking great at this. I was born for this. Oh my god. People smoke weed on YouTube. Yeah, there's whole channels about it. Okay. We're good. But I tried to make enough of a tantrum that maybe people would listen. And also the person who I was told said it, I some beef with. Well, I don't know. I just don't know what's going on. I was just kind of following my guts. There's nothing else I could have done. Wow. Fuck you. And yeah. Yeah, I guess that's it for that story. So we leave this dance, you know, this Trans Day visibility. There's a cop there. The vibes are fucked. And I'm smoking weed, smoking a blunt in my car, listening to Mariposa in Havana. And I'm vibing, and then the mushrooms really kick in, and it's like, all right, she's here. I'm talking to her right now, and I can feel her, you know, squished in this body with me. And this is real. This is happening. you know, and I can feel her all the time, pretty much, but I don't know. It's just like, before, she just like do stuff. Like, it'd be like I'd be sitting in public, and then all of a sudden it feels like all of a sudden I'm getting fucked. And I just happened, and I'd be like, all right, I'm not mad about it, but what is happening? And eventually I was just like, whoa, you guys don't do this? But on mushrooms, it's like, that's interesting. I'm still figuring it out, but I think it might be the best thing in the world. I have no really complaints. I have complaints about when I didn't know, but I don't have complaints about knowing, and knowing what it is and what it is. God, I'm good. And she's like endless content. Sorry, I just want to make it clear that I'm using my wife for content. We play around a lot, you know. We both get silly with it. It is so awesome. And it's the best thing that's ever happened to me. All I ever wanted was to be a good stand-up comedian, and I'm pretty good at it already. And this gold mine has just fallen into my lap after years of suffering. Awesome. This is gonna be fun. This is gonna be fun. I'm looking forward to this. I've been feeling so locked in lately. Like, I feel like I'm walking on water, like I'm white Jesus. June said the other day that she's got a white Jesus thing going on. I thought it was funny. But you know, credit to the artist there. The white Jesus artist. I don't know what to do though. Why is this person looking at me? Hey man, mind your business. I'm not smoking weed. Is weed even illegal? I bought this at a store. He's so far away. He looks like Slender Man, but like I can't tell if he's facing me or facing away from me. His face is just like this blur because he's so far away. I think he's not facing me. Okay. Because if he was facing me, he'd be looking right at me. Come say hi. Come on, you want to smoke some weed? Oh, I don't really work. Damn, why did I buy these? Well, it's not sunny. Well, they're not sunglasses, really. They are sunglasses. They're yellow. But I don't think that they increase the amount of sun, but they certainly aren't. That's not their main purpose, to block out the sun. Gee whiz. Ooh-wee. I'm good on this. Where do I put it? Probably just... So how are you doing? Ooh, that's crazy. How long has it been like that? You see this guy over here? He's walking his dog. Kind of a strange looking dog. It's a cute dog. No, I'm not gonna drive right now. I just have like fight or flight instincts at every single moment of my life. Doggy. Oh. What are we gonna do? Something has to be done about everything. You know, you ever notice how, you ever notice this hat? Because I never wear it. Honestly, I'm just gonna give up on even trying. It could be getting to a stopping point. I'm such a robot, you know? I feel like I haven't seen the movie, but I know the general details of it. The movie Pacific Rim, and it's, what do they call their big robot people? You know, they're big robots. I feel like them. I'm like drift compatible with my wife. I'm so good at talking. Oh, really? Oh, I'm really happy for it. This is sideways. Oh no. You know, yeah, sure, whatever. I've had this jacket for a while, but I haven't worn it. Kind of like it. It's pretty good. What are we gonna do? Any ideas on what to do? Hold on. Any ideas, chat? There's no chat. My phone doesn't even have internet. I love doing a fake country accent. It really resonates with me in a way. Trying to justify smoking a cigarette. I have to go through a lot of red tape to do that. She said no. The Where Is My Wife jacket. You guys know about the Where Is My Wife jacket? You know? You know the one. Guy looking for his wife. I have like 6 of these with all different sizes, because while I was suffering in the underworld, I just kept gaining weight because I didn't know what to do. I couldn't function. I would sleep all day and be tired, and I'd sleep all night, and I'd just wake up and I'd eat food, because my body was an empty vessel, and I gained a lot of weight. But I think I've lost a decent amount. We haven't really been looking in mirrors for the last like year or something. But we're getting better about it because we've been working hard, and very smart. June was walking like 4 to 8 miles every single day in like 105-degree weather, like a psychopath, and did that for months. And then had a breakdown. I didn't really exercise during that breakdown. But you know, maybe one day I'll be able to exercise and have a breakdown. Why do I exist? Why do I exist? This is why. It's, you know, it's fine. It's good. But why? I feel like an egg with 2 yolks in it. Whenever I've gotten an egg with 2 yolks, I just throw it away. I don't even use it. At least that's what I used to do growing up, and which I'm just now realizing. What do I do? This is ridiculous. Look at this. Look at my journal. It has blood on it. She found my journal that I had written my name in. I wrote my name on all the poems that I wrote in there, and she scribbled my name out and wrote her name and called it June's Book of Pain. But it was not June's Book of Pain. That was my book of pain. And then she posted it on her Instagram. No real fault, really. Didn't really know what was going on. She's like, oh, whatever. I guess I just went through some stuff. She's like, I'm just not this person anymore, so I'm gonna correct this. But yeah, she and then she also put like an entry in there, and it's like, okay, I mean, I don't know, I should make, you know, she went over, like, even when I had my name written on the poems, she scribbled my name out. She scribbled out Ellie and wrote in June. It's so funny. So I leave this dance. We leave this dance, and I'm smoking a blunt in my car. You know how it is. And I start to have this breakdown for hours. I'm on mushrooms, and it's not even I don't know. It was like, it wasn't a breakdown. It was like a breakthrough, you know? Yeah. Right. Yeah. Okay. But from an outside perspective, it definitely would look like a breakdown, because this is what it looked. I started laughing hysterically for a long time, and I couldn't stop laughing. And I was just so happy. And then I started crying, and not just like crying, like crying, like deep, soulful weeping. And it felt so good. Then I just start laughing again. And just be so happy. And then I'd cry again. And then I laughed again. And that went on for a couple hours. And I finished smoking the blunt. And I put it out in that cup of water that I'd gotten. The one that I didn't want to drink, because it didn't taste very good. And I just kept crying and laughing in the parking lot of this club. Of this rock, what are they called? There's like rock shows there, you know? And it's like a bar, but it's a venue. But it's a bar, it's like a venue with a bar, but it also is just kind of a bar. But it's a venue, but all bars are like a venue. I pull myself together and I start driving away. You know, I'm just hours going back and forth from hysterically laughing, tears coming out of my eyes. My face is just like covered in fucking shit. And I have like a shirt, and I just had to blow my nose into his shirt. Because I had tissues, but I didn't know where they were. And I found them today, and they were in a tricky spot. So, I pull myself together, and it's cold, hold on. I start driving away, and then I realize, oh, the cup's right there. So I pull my window down, and I dump it out, and I put it to the side, and lit a cigarette, I think, and drove away. If anyone saw that, I think it looked good. That was, I don't know, that felt like a piece of art. It kind of was, and that's what it's all about. And then we parked somewhere else and fucked. And then we went home and went to bed. Pretty good time. Yesterday, I took mushrooms too, and it's been like flooding here for like 5 days. There's been like thunderstorms. And I took some mushrooms, and I didn't drive far. I went to we went to a church. We parked in a church parking lot and did mushrooms and just had a nice time. And there's this storm happening. It's fantastic. I think it'll be huge. This is awesome. Oh. Man, it's too bad the world is ending. So the laughs are sometimes a little too much. I got my bridge pierced recently. I mean I had it pierced before. Hello. Oh shit. I had my old jewelry that was a little bit bigger, and it was sitting right there, and I said to myself, I need to remember to get that and put it somewhere that I won't lose it. Actually, no, I did put it somewhere I won't lose it. It's in this bag. Here it is. Oh, what are you doing? You said you could do that. There you go. Look at this. It's bigger. I don't know how long I have to wait to get it sized up. Probably not too long. It's been healing really nice. It's really not that bad of a piercing. I mean, I thought it felt good, but I'm a freak. You know? What should I... It's just like, why am I doing these open mics? They're pointless. I'm already there. I'm gonna be the funniest person in the world. I don't know why I'm showing you that. Sorry. Should I change my laugh? Should I not laugh like that? I can change it if you guys want me to laugh in a different way. Yeah. June laughs in a different way. I like how she laughs. It's really cute. I'm rosy as fuck right now. Ah! Hold on. Hold on. Yeah, do I actually think I'm gonna be the biggest comedian in the world? Yeah. But I also can't say no to that. I think it'd be against my code. I'm gonna be so good at this. I don't really know what I'm doing yet, but I'm gonna be so good at it. Y'all ever just gain sentience? Yeah, that ever just happened? Happens to me a lot. Well, it used to happen to me a lot. Now I'm just sentient. And that is, so good. So good. Sorry. What else we got in here? This is gonna be, I don't know. I have no idea. I'm just gonna upload this to YouTube and I'll post about it, and then and you know, maybe something good will happen. God, I'm so good at this. Good news. I know it's not good to just sit in your car with it idling for hours at a time just so you can talk into a camera, but this is the car is the only place that I feel safe. I do not feel safe anywhere else. Not where I live, not where I go to school. It's just here. It's usually where I do most of my talking to myself and with June. You know, having the camera here actually makes me look a lot less crazy. because now I'm actually talking to something visible as opposed to I don't think it's weird to talk to yourself, even if you don't have a second person inside of your head. Oh, this is cute. Oh. I totally got this. I'm gonna figure this out. You know, the living life situation. She totally can too. You know, I'm good at just like everything that I do. This is I've been bestowed with this gift. And it's so funny. Why? There's no reason why. There's no reason. Like, how did this happen? Something had to happen, but it doesn't matter now why? Not really. I'm happy. This is all I really wanted. And it took a long time. But it's so worth it. I really thought I was gonna die for a while. It was so scary. June is very normal though. It's weird how normal she is. It's very, very personable. Like, she doesn't share my mental illness. Good for her, good for her. But that's so silly. Why is this happening? I have some money right now, but I need to really be careful. I'm gonna figure it out. We need to like get my shit back together. I mean, I was going to the gym. I was practicing French horn. I joined a horn ensemble. I was kind of keeping shit going. But this has just changed everything. But I do want to get back to that stuff. Or find something that we both like to do. Because I was just doing strength training. Or we can just do both. Yeah. Totally. It's just that easy. The thing is, it just kind of is that easy now. I feel like I can do anything. We can do anything. You know, I've been a very annoying person online for a long time now. And I would like to maybe just continue being an annoying person online. Because I think, I don't know, we have to do everything now. God, fuck. I have to do everything. There's no reason that we can't. Fuck. All things considered, I think we made pretty good time in like figuring this shit out. Genuinely, like hold on, I need some water. My mouth is. Oh no, I don't have any water. All right. I have a little bit. My life is just so insane right now. And there's a lot of good things happening, but I need some help with this situation of my life and my other half's life. She seems pretty sure of herself in some claims. I mean, so do I. This is gold, right? This is awesome. This is, such a strange and interesting thing. And I dedicated my life to doing something really stupid anyways. Now I just have a valid excuse as to why I've been a complete disaster. Because I could do so many things, right? right? I was ready to just, you know, lose myself in academia, and live a normal life. And then I have this realization, this epiphany, and everything has changed. Like, this is perfect. It's perfect. We're perfect together. Why did this happen? But it's perfect. And it's funny and it's entertaining. Oh, I gotta find a way to make money off of this. I gotta find a way to make money off of this, because how the fuck else am I gonna make money? Like, we're both on board. Just don't know what to do. And I've just been crashing it. She called Stavros's hotline and left like 4 messages on there, that were just, I don't know. I don't actually know what she said. And I was like, I guess I'll just confirm for the authenticity of what she said. So I left him another message on his hotline. And you know what? It was a lot of fun. She's probably funny. I don't know. What the fuck did she say? She left another one on his hotline in like August and wrote this script for it. I didn't write it. That wasn't me. I didn't perform it. I didn't write it. That was all her. And she left a message and she's like, I'm a trans girl, in the South. I'm gonna go back to college, but I just feel like I'm wasting my time. And all I want to do is stand-up comedy. And it was like, it seemed pretty obvious she was reading from a script. And also she started to like choke up and cry at the end. And then just left that message and then just didn't follow up on it at all until recently, because she just like did that and then crashed out. And then I was just, you know, doing whatever, you know. It's like, I guess we're in college now, I guess I'll just pass these classes now. I guess I'm June now. And I did it. And what the fuck is happening? I feel like she's like pulled a prank on me. Cause she does all the time. She's stupid on purpose. Like to fuck with me. It's fun, but what is she doing? I don't know what's going on at all. I trust her. I'm down to do whatever it is she's going, what we're doing. But what is she doing? I have no idea. You see what I mean? Abusive. Oh. She's sick. She's sick like a dog. You have to put her down. I'm not gonna say that. I'll say it. I might say it another time, but that's a little too much for right now. What should we do now? I think I might pause this, go to a gas station, and go pee, and get something to drink. If June was fronting right now, I could just tell her to pee herself, and she would. But I'm not going to do that. I guess I did. I guess I was going to say it. Just kidding. Do you guys want to come with me to the gas station? Would that be fun for you? Hold on, I have to fix my mirror. It's like... I couldn't find a good spot to put my phone, so I just put it like right here. There we go. What is up with my side mirrors? I can't see out of this. I don't know why they've been doing this lately. I guess I'll just wipe it. What am I even wipe it with? This is the shirt that I blew snot into. I guess I can see now. Not that well. I don't know where. Hold on. Let's go. I'm not gonna look at you. I have to replace the front head bulb, what are they called? Headlight bulb on my car. I don't know how to do that, but I got the bulbs. But I just have to do that, and then I will. I hope it's not super hard. I should probably just do both of them at once. So how's your weekend been? Good? So, otherwise you'd be kind of a bummer. Please don't crash the vibe. Why do I keep doing that? I don't know. Because I think I don't know. I don't know. Because it was fun? Yeah, okay. Keep a log of all the public bathrooms in my area. And that way when I'm driving around, I know where to go to get to a bathroom that I don't hate. Most of them are still pretty shitty anyways, but you know, I know that I can go in there and use them, and this one, it's like the only, actually there's a Walgreens right across the street, but I'd rather go here than a Walgreens. I kind of like this gas station. I like the little stores, so much more than a Walgreens. Like, plus, they're okay at a gas station that's like, you know, not super corporate. You can buy like drinks there. They got like different kinds of coconut water that you can drink. I love coconut water. June really loves coconut water. I kind of love it and hate it. Sometimes I'm like, oh, this is kind of not good. But there's like different kinds of, like, you know, juicy drinks there. You know, they're like those strawberry, banana, Jumex juices, and it's like in between a juice and a smoothie. In between, yeah, those are really good. And I don't know, I just like the vibe better. Plus, it's a shorter distance to the bathroom. And I know this gas station clerk. I know all the gas station clerks that I go to. There's this one that I used to go to all the time when I was like binge drinking, and I'd go there, and I still see him on occasion, but you know, I don't binge drink anymore. I don't really drink that much at all. I'll have a beer sometimes, but and he's like seen me at my lowest, right? Like, I'm just like, I haven't showered in like weeks, and I probably smell like piss. For a while, I was so dysfunctional. Actually, I'm not even gonna say that right now. But I like to get to know them, and you know, I see him now, and I'm like, you see, look how good I'm doing. I'm like a person again. I'm like a human. I'm not just like a creature that's sick and needs to be put down. Honestly, for their own sake. But no one put me down. So thanks for that. But whoo, yeah, what a wild ride. It's pretty good. You know, when everything's good now. There's nothing I could have done. Like, this has been going on for my entire life, and it's weird. It's weird. You know, that's what attracted me to comedy. You know why? Because it's weird. People just getting on stage, talk about personal shit, and laugh at it. I don't know. I always kind of saw it. Comedy's interesting because you're like, this sounds so bad, but you're like causing this kind of involuntary reaction in people. If someone thinks something's funny, they're gonna laugh. Even if they're fucking mad, they're gonna laugh. And I think that's so funny. It makes me so happy. And I mean, it's just a shit show from the beginning. Oh my god. What a fucking nightmare. But goddamn. Oh I'm gonna make some good fucking comedy. The gas here is always more expensive than I would prefer. So I never really get gas here. But I use their bathroom and I'll get their juices. I'm gonna pause this. In just a second. Are you ready?